Anytime I'm speaking with someone, I always ask, who did the Titanic save when it floundered? The reason I ask this is because I want to get people to think that regardless of how mentally strong they may be, if they don't take care of themselves and prioritize themselves, they're no good to others or actually themselves. In order to be there for your family, you have to be there for yourself. Now, I get that understanding this and executing it are two different things. There aren't always enough hours in the day. What's more, carving out time for yourself can make it feel like you're taking time away from your family, your job, your friends, your creator. But as someone probably once said, you can't ride a bike with a flat tire. So that is to say, we're all stressed, we're all overwhelmed, we're all pulled in a million different directions all day. But it's not possible to be the person that you have the potential to be if you're not caring for yourself. Therefore, it is crucial to spend time every day tending to your mental and physical health. So I've come up with a two-part class of 20 nice things to do for yourself. I will give you 20 of the remaining 20 this week. Keep in mind that the majority of these you've already heard before. And you've probably heard them countless times, but think to yourself, there's a reason you're watching this video now. So maybe now you are more receptive to some of these things, or maybe some of the circumstances in your life changed and now you can implement some of these things. So try not to brush some of these things off and realize that you're now listening to them because, like I said, maybe you're in the frame of mind or your life circumstances at a point where you could be receptive to some of them or realize the importance of them, as trivial as they may sound. All right, so I'm going to start with one of 20, and that is at the end of each day, make a list for which you are grateful. Positive affirmations might sound silly, but they're incredibly helpful for changing your outlook. And your outlook definitely during this time is something that could be changed or improved on. 2, go for a long drive. Now, I understand gas is expensive, and sometimes you're so stressed, wondering if somebody's gonna, dart out in front of you or pull out in front of you. But if possible, try to go for a long drive somewhere. Roll the windows down, blast the radio. Just try to have some of your own time. One of the benefits of this is that sometimes we don't want to do anything. We don't want to get out of bed. We don't want to see anybody. We just don't want to be anywhere. We don't have the energy to do anything. But staying in the same four walls is just not healthy mentally. So sometimes get out, go for a drive, listen to some music. It just really realigns your mental process. 3, that hinge that creaks or that busted screen, now's the time to fix them. These little nuisances do add up and they're always on your mind. So addressing them does make a big difference in your day-to-day. Number 4, rearrange your room where you spend a lot of time. Now, if you're in the first couple stages of betrayal, you're going to be spending a lot of time in one room, probably in the fetal position, crying. But a lot of mental benefit comes from just a little adjustment of your scenery. Just a simple, it could be changing a picture on the wall or moving a lamp or the pencil holder, really. Or you can get real big and completely rearrange your room. So just small changes, especially to a room that you're going to be in often. Number 5, maybe it's yoga, maybe it's dancing, whatever you do, make a pact to move your body consistently for at least 25 minutes during the day. That gets your endorphins flowing and not to mention could drop a few calories. Why not? Number 6, turn off push notifications on your phone. Let me just say that the less you're forced to look at something, the more you'll intentionally look at the things you want to see, and you can win back yourself from the pull of social media. I don't have to tell you, social media, you can get lost in it. I mean, you get on Facebook or any YouTube or what have you, and what seems like 5 minutes is, 5 hours. So the little things you could do, such as turning off notifications, because the minute your phone sends a notification, you look at your phone. Hey, while you got your phone, let me check my email. Hey, while I'm on my Gmail, let me check my Facebook. While I'm on Facebook, let me check this. Try to shut up push notifications if it's not pressing that you have them on. Number 7, speaking of phones, don't look at yours first thing in the morning. Give yourself about an hour. Wake up, drink some coffee or tea or water, meditate, what have you. Checking the news and Twitter, it can wait. Um, Not to mention, it really sets the tone of your day. I mean, the minute you get up, if you look at your technology, it kind of rewires your brain. So give it about an hour before you get on any technology if possible. Number 8, make a pact to read more good news. We are, not to get all political, and I won't, but there's an old saying, and it's if you don't listen to the news, you're uninformed, and if you listen to the news, you're misinformed. Not only that, it just seems like nowadays everything's clickbait and everything. The journalistic integrity nowadays, just in my opinion, is kind of crap. So really, everything is about what is going to get you to watch this, and if that means slant the truth or whatever. So there's a few things that you could subscribe to that actually brings good news, authentic good news every day. And that's the Good News Network. That's the Uplifting News subreddit. That's the Good News Smile by Inspire. There's other great places, but just those are just 3 where every day you get great news in your mail. There's things that kids are doing or animals are doing or people are doing that put a smile on your face, as opposed to wildfire kills thousands over here or COVID, killed somebody over there. Number 9, give yourself an hour of screen-free time a day. If you have to set a timer on your phone, or if that's a mandatory hour before you bed, or what have you, anytime during the day, set a timer where you're just completely an hour free of screen time if possible. 10, unfollow 10 accounts on social media that don't bring you joy. If they're things that are necessary, absolutely. But things that don't bring you joy, really, your mind is garbage in, garbage out. So try to unfollow. If you can't do 10, do a few, or the ones that you can. Number 11, do you walk every day? If you do, promise to take a different route than you do. If you walk around your block, 2 times or 3 times or 1 time, how about walk around a different block or look at a different scene? I remember this is when I used to live in New York City. Of course, there's so much there, but I used to take the same route all the time, going back and forth to work. I used to teach in New York City, actually, special education instructor. And I remember one day I decided when I walk down the same street I walked down for months, I'm going to look at the top of the buildings. And I swear I could have been in another country. It looked completely different. So just kind of something small, change the way you look at things, or change what you look at. Number 12, write an email or send an actual letter to a friend or a family member just to check in and say hi. It's funny to say this because somebody actually sent me a Facebook message today. It was somebody that I was on a podcast with a while ago, and she said, "There's no reason I'm writing you, just letting you know I was thinking about you today." That was amazing. That was wonderful. So if you get a chance and you're on social media, even though this whole class is about getting off it, if you get a chance, drop somebody a line on social media, just simply letting them know you're thinking about them. Or better yet, if it's a friend or a family member that you know their address to, send them a letter. That'll really make their day, maybe even their week. Number 13, seek the help you need, but you've been putting it off. So if that means you need to go to a doctor, you need to go to your dermatologist, you need to go to your allergist, you need to go to your dentist, take a second and say, today I'm going to make an appointment, and do that. You'll feel good, and eventually good is on the way, because whatever you do at the doctor's, obviously it's going to improve your health in some way. 14, spend time in prayer or meditation. If you are a strong believer in a certain religion or spiritual following, make it a point, if you haven't, to do that at a certain time. And if you believe in meditation or positive affirmations, really, I'm just trying to bring to the forefront of your mind some of the things that, even if you already do, be careful not to slip and let slide. Number 15, sign up for those music lessons or the workout classes that you've been wanting to take. I mean, the YMCAs are opening up back now. A lot of the senior centers are opening up. A lot of places are opening up, and you can find even free classes. So many places around our area are giving away, free yoga Thursdays or free Zumba Eat Wednesday nights or something like that. So look, even if a class seems difficult or you're not into it, force yourself even to take one class. why not force yourself to grow a little? Number 16, if you make a dumb error, do what Dr. Debbie says all the time and say it out loud. Oh, wasn't that just adorable? I think what she does is fantastic, and it really does put things in perspective. How many times do we have our inner dialogue that's talking down to us? So our voice is the one we're going to believe the most. Why not use that voice to say something positive to ourselves? So um, go easy on yourself, because shame is toxic. So you do something wrong, you make a mistake. Oh, aren't I adorable? Number 17, dedicate 10 minutes more a day to your hobby. So do you currently sew? Now, I'm not talking about the people that do this 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 hours a day. But if you do an hour a day of a hobby, whatever it is, spend an additional 10 minutes on it. And if you don't have a hobby, try giving yourself a commitment to make one, because we all need creative outlets, whether that's planting a seed or doing some arts and crafts, just something that's going to really feed who you are, feed your soul, feed your joy. Number 18, get rid of 5 pieces of clothing that you don't wear. Now, this is if you're not psychologically attached to them. That goes into a whole nother class. But if you have clothes that you can donate or give to somebody who really needs clothes, there are so many Facebook pages of people that are in need. Even if you give them a shirt that you don't use anymore, that very well could be the shirt they use on a job interview that changes their life trajectory. So go through your closet, see if you can get rid of something that'll make you feel good that you're not emotionally attached to. Number 19, try a new recipe. If you have a recipe book, wonderful. And if you don't, experiment in the kitchen. See what you can come up with, and see what, if you like what you've conjured up in the kitchen. Number 20, very important, is pledge to drink more water. And while you're at it, try to eat more fruits or vegetables. And if you can even buy a random vegetable that you've always seen and haven't tried before, and that could be your new recipe. So it's killing 2 birds with 1 stone. It's increasing your fruits and vegetables, and it's trying a new recipe. And if you buy something and you are completely clueless, then that could be your hobby, getting to learn a new way to make a vegetable or a fruit that you've never seen before. We all go into grocery stores and we look at some fruits or vegetables and like, what in the world is that? I actually did that recently. I bought, what was it called? I don't know. It was like a half potato and half, what was it called? Half potato and half something else from Mexico. And it was weird. They said you could eat it like an apple. Oh, it was like a half pear, half potato. You could eat it as if like it was an apple. You could fry it like it's potatoes. It was the most interesting thing, and I had such fun preparing it. Number 21, prioritize a good wind down routine at the end of the day to prepare your body for sleep. While you're at it, prepare yourself for good sleep in general. Sleeping, I just read a study actually where the less people sleep, the less life is in them. So the more you sleep, the longer you live. Sleeping is very important. I used to hear that sleep is the cousin of death. I no longer feel that. I feel good sleep is needed, it's necessary, and it helps for a very productive day. And lastly, and actually I went on to 22, so there was a bonus few, but add time to laugh on your calendar. Now I know this sounds silly, and it does, but spend like 5 to 10 minutes of a chunk of time telling jokes with your family members, asking people for jokes, watching videos on YouTube that are funny, reading a joke book. You can even go to the dollar store and buy a book. But laughter is absolutely the best medicine and does wonders for our healing. It does wonders to brighten our day. So really try to incorporate some type of laughter or humor into your day. And I'll just say, like I said, we've all heard the majority of these. You probably heard all of these 1,000 times. But even if you just incorporate one of the suggestions that I made, it could really change your outlook on life. And right now, this is what we want to do, is we want to change our outlook on life, especially right after betrayal, because betrayal just exhausts every cell of our body.